Hello my friends, I'm Brett Larkin. Welcome back to my channel, and especially a huge welcome if you're new. If you practice with me regularly, you know I recently gave birth. I had my son exactly 4 weeks ago today, and this is the first time I'm getting in front of the camera since his birth. What I'm offering up today is a full spinal reset. We're going to do 4 yin yoga poses, taking the spine into flexion, extension, and 2 lateral stretches to just completely reset your back. If you sit at a desk, just have general back pain, have been breastfeeding a lot like me, this class is just gonna reset your spine. It's gonna be so delicious. We're gonna start off with just 2 vinyasa style moves, just so we can do these moves at the beginning and the end of the class to see how the yin postures affected us. Before we begin, I want you to gather up some props. I know some of you, especially uplifted members who are in my uplifted community, maybe have a lot of props. So I did want to include props, and we really need props in yin because we want the body to be fully supported. So things you're going to need for this class, and if you don't have these things, don't worry because I'm going to show you alternatives. So I want you to have 2 blocks, a strap, a blanket, bolsters, 2 bolsters if you have them. Now, the ideal is to have 2 bolsters, a strap, and 2 blocks. Now, I know a lot of you at home watching this don't have any of those things. So if that's you, you're gonna get the blanket instead, because everyone has a blanket. You can literally just fold up a towel from your bathroom. And if you don't have bolsters, what I find works really well is just like, this is from my sofa in my living room. You can just grab like a couch cushion or a couple pillows wrapped in blankets, and don't worry about the strap, although you could get that as well. I mean, dog leash, a belt, there's a lot of things you can use in your house. So gather what you need, dim the lights, and we're just gonna start on all 4s with some cat-cow. This isn't a yin pose, but I really like doing it before and after a yin practice, especially for today since we're focusing on the spine, since hopefully we'll feel a big difference in how lubricated the whole spinal column feels at the end of this class. So just stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Gently engage the abdominals in, so feel your belly button firm up towards the ceiling. And then on your own pace, on an inhale, you'll just let the collarbones move back. You'll broaden across the upper chest, keeping the abs pulled in even as you arch here. And then exhale, round, press the knuckles into the mat, let the head drop, the tailbone lengthens to the space between your knees. And just do this a few more times, connecting and deepening your breath. See if you can breathe in and out through the nose, making those inhales and exhales both audible and equal length. Three more, just dropping into your practice. Inviting yourself to arrive, maybe moving a lot slower than you normally would. Good, and then come to take a seat. If you want, you can sit on your blanket. If you want a little extra cushioning, because we're going to be seated for quite some time. Activate this left leg. Keep it flexed. Toes are navigating back towards your face, and then take the right foot across. So the ankle's on the outside of the right knee. Inhale, hold your knee here, get tall. Feel the sits bones anchor down. And then exhale, reach the right arm up and take it behind you, just coming into a twist. Breathe in here, get longer. Tailbone roots down, crown of head lengthens, and exhale, draw those abs gently in to deepen the twist. This is our second little vinyasa pose. Just to bring some rotation into the spine, and then we'll do this again at the end of class. Inhale, find length. Get longer through the spine, get tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist a little deeper. 2 more. Press down through that right big toe. That point often gets missed. And then elbow can hug the knee, be on the outside, anywhere that feels good. Keep it gentle for right now. Last deep breath in. And out. Good. And then just extend this right leg. Flex it back. Keep it active. And then take the left ankle in across the right knee. Hug the knee so you're nice and tall. No rounding in the low back. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, reach behind you. Gentle twist. As you close your eyes and twist here, visualize 4 points of contact that are lengthening away from your center point. So you're pressing down through that left big toe. You're pressing forward through the whole right sole of foot. You're lengthening through the crown of the head. And you're grounding down through the tailbone and sitting bones. See if you can really find all 4 of those points as you twist here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale, navigating belly button to spine. Last breath. Good. Gently come back to center. And now time for our first official yin posture. So just let the legs be completely relaxed. So there's no need to flex the feet or even have the knees be straight. We'll inhale together just to get tall for a moment. And then dip the chin in to the chest. Palms face up. We're not trying to reach the feet in any capacity. You're just gonna fold, like drape forward. I like to think of being like a Raggedy Ann doll here. It's almost as if you had no bones, had no structure in the spine. You just surrender. And you really want to keep the chin dipping into the chest. And you may feel this in the neck or the mid-back or low back. Where you're feeling the stretch is exactly where you need to feel it today. Begin to slow and deepen your breathing. Notice if the shoulders are up by the ears. Glide them down the back and then maybe take your elbows back in space closer to your hip bones. Again, palms face up, just as a reminder that you're not reaching in this pose, not trying to get anywhere. We're going to be here for around 7 minutes. This is a gentle traction of the whole fascial back line of the body. Head is heavy. Sitting bones heavy, just let gravity be your friend here. And again, trust that wherever you're feeling the stretch is exactly the right place for you today. And think about softening into that area with each breath.
Keep aiming for those audible inhales, audible exhales, equal length through the nose. Forward folds like this are said to be introspective in nature. They challenge us to really let go. So just invite the body to get heavier and heavier. Notice any place you're resisting the forward fold, resisting succumbing to gravity. How can you just do less here? You like, maybe invite the gentlest, slowest movement now. If I were watching, I'd barely be able to tell you're moving. Just take your forehead so it's more directly over the left thigh. So you just navigate a little to the left and maybe feel a deeper stretch on the right side of the low back. Right sitting bone heavy. And again, you can stay also still. And then gently navigating over so your forehead is more over the right thigh. So just a little extra traction for the left side of the low back. Keeping everything heavy, effortless. Keep dipping the chin into the chest. And then you decide for the last minute or two here if you want to stay at center, or if one side of the low back felt a little tight, you can navigate back to having forehead over either thigh, really thinking of that opposite sitting bone grounding down. Deepen your breath. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely. Turn the palms face down. You can take them between the legs or keep them outside the legs. I just want you to use your palms to slowly come up. So keep the chin curled in. So we come out of this with a lot of care and attention. Low back, mid back, upper back, stacking. And then chin comes parallel to the floor as a very last step. And breathe in. And out. Once more, just feeling the after effects of this pose. Breathing in. And fully out. Dipping the chin, just blink the eyes open if they're not open yet. And we're setting up for our next pose, which is the lateral stretch. Now, I'm going to show a couple different ways you can set up this posture pending what props you have available at home. So if you have the blocks and the bolster like I talked about, and I'll show the other option in a moment if you don't have those props, you're going to put your blocks like so and place your bolster over the blocks. What we're going to be doing here is side lying. So you'll get your hips up close to the bolster. You'll extend the legs and keep the knees bent, and you'll be side lying like so. It may be really nice to have a little blanket here or something to catch your head, and we'll be reaching this top arm overhead. So this is where we're going, deep side body stretch. For some of you, you may not need the blocks, right? I like having the blocks because it makes the bolster higher and therefore makes the side stretch even deeper. But many of you may just want to work with the bolster alone, especially if it's the first time you're doing this class. And you may feel enough of a side stretch just doing this, and you'll more easily be able to rest the ear on the bicep. Now, if you don't have the bolster, you're just going to do the same thing with the couch cushion or pillows. So if I were traveling or didn't have my props, I would just get something like this from the couch or the hotel room or whatever and set up just like this. So take a few moments now to set up the posture, set up the pose and the props. And then when you're ready, have the left hip up against the prop, so you can do the other side first if it's more convenient for you. I'm doing left hip against my props and then lengthening, taking the side body over. My legs, knees are just bent, however is comfortable for you. And then resting the head either on the bicep or on some pillows or props, taking the top arm, whichever side you're doing, overhead. Check that you're not rolled too far forward, so kind of lying on your belly, or rolled too far back, lying on your back. You really want to be lying right on your side. And if you don't feel a deep, extreme stretch right away, that's okay. Trust the pose, trust the process of yin. Know that you're receiving benefits. And I promise you'll feel a huge difference when you come out of this. I always do, even if it feels like nothing's going on while I'm here. So let's ground in. Notice if you're tensing in the hips or the upper body. Just begin to relax, get heavy, and send your breath into the side body. And if you don't like having that top arm overhead, you can just simply rest it on your props. Close your eyes and let your breathing take over. Just let the thinking mind recede into the background. And just resting here. If the arm is overhead and can reach all the way to the floor, you can play with where that arm is in space. So if the fingers are touching the floor, the mat, maybe walk them to the right or to the left, seeing how that affects the side body stretch, and picking a place you just want to stay. In practice really invites us to cultivate the quality of surrender, both physically and emotionally. So just let go here. You'll hear my voice again in several minutes. If you like, you can also play with the positioning of the legs now that you're settled here and hopefully feeling a subtle stretch. So you could take the top leg. If you're looking at the screen, for me it's my right leg. You could extend it long, taking the bend out of the knee, noticing how that affects the stretch, or again taking that foot slightly forward or slightly back. Same thing with the hand, right? Slightly forward, slightly back. So you're finding your personal, deepest, delicious stretch. Deepen your breathing now. Inhale a huge breath in to the side ribs that are facing the ceiling. For me, it's my right ribs. So inhale. Get big, 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 big. Feel the right side body move towards the ceiling, or the top side body move towards the ceiling. And exhaling completely. Inhale, filling up. Ribs splay apart. Stretch, maybe reach that top arm a little farther away from you. Exhale. Last time. Big, deep in-breath. Sending the ribs up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Get heavier, let go. Moving slowly now. Take that top arm, if it was extended, to the floor. And very gently press yourself up. No rush. Just come to a cross-legged seat here for a moment. Palms face down on the thighs, and just notice the difference between the left and right side. Deep breath in. And out. Once again, deep breath in. And out. Gently blinking open the eyes, hopefully feeling a difference, subtle or large, in the side we just worked. And for those of you at home, you can just turn the other direction to take the other side, yeah? So you'll be like this. Or like me, you can kind of just walk to the other side. Scooch the opposite hip to the bolster. Any props you need nearby. And then coming on down. Making sure the head is supported on the bicep or on a prop. And then reaching left arm overhead. Or leaving it on the bolster. Once again, checking that you're not rolling forward on the belly or too far back on your low back, but you're truly on the side body. Just take the first few breaths to make any adjustment. So walking that left hand to the left or to the right, or choosing to keep it on your support. And I like to settle in for a few breaths, but then of course you can experiment with the legs as well, right? So straightening left leg, maybe moving it forward, back. You're looking for that very deep stretch on the sideline of the body. Close your eyes, deepen the breath, just drop in. You can also observe if one side feels much tighter or looser than the other. We're very rarely symmetrical, so it can be interesting to observe here the difference between left and right side. Begin taking some super deep breaths into the left ribs or whatever side is facing the ceiling. So you really imagine your rib cage like an accordion expanding up towards the ceiling on that in-breath. And then on the exhale, just surrender down. Invite the body to get even heavier. A few more like that. Deep breath in. Feel the torso fill with breath. Exhale all the way. Last time, inhale. So the torso actually gets physically larger as you take this deep, deep in-breath. Filling up all four corners of the torso. Surrendering completely as you breathe out. Keep the head heavy, everything heavy. Just navigate that left hand underneath you. If it was extended, slowly pressing yourself up. And then once again, coming to a cross-legged seat. Palms face down on the thighs. Just noticing any difference in your energy, how the torso and spine feels thus far. Breathing in. And breathing out. Once more deep breath in. And out. So next we're going to take the spine into extension, which means a supported, gentle back bend. So if you have blocks at home and a blanket, I'll show a couple variations and then you'll choose which one you want to do here. If you have blocks at home, you can make a shelf with the blocks like so. Put a blanket on top of them. And then try to aim to have sort of where that bra line area on your props. So the shoulders are just in line with the props, not on the floor. Shoulders are elevated. And then the hands are in a cactus shape. And then you want your chin dipping in, right? So the back of the neck is long. The back of the neck might even be on the floor, and the back of the head is on the floor. Yeah? So this is one option. Now, if you don't have the blocks, you can just roll the blanket or use that same sort of couch cushion maybe that you've been working with, or use a pillow to sort of create the same effect. So what I want you to remember here is that ideally the shoulders are off the ground, the arms are in a cactus T shape, elbows in line with shoulders, and the chin is dipped into the body, back of the head and back of the neck on the ground. Now, get set up and be there. If you have a strap and two bolsters, because I know some of you uplifted members do, I wanted to show you a really juicy variation of this. For those of you that do have the two bolsters at home, you're going to lie them down like so. If you happen to have the strap, it's optional. Make a huge loop in the strap. And this is the cool part. You're going to put the strap underneath the second bolster. Good. And then you're going to come to lie down. Same setup I showed before. So you're going to want the shoulders just in line with that second bolster. And you're going to thread your legs through the bottom bolster and pull this up. And I like to have it around my thighs. And you're just going to tighten the strap so that your legs can be straight, but you're not worrying about them rolling off the bolster because the strap is holding them in. So get the strap tight to where you need it. Lie back, and you may need to sort of wiggle and adjust, but see how my shoulders are just in line, slightly overhanging the bolster. And then I'm going to do this cactus arm shape. And again, we don't want any extension in the neck. So you don't want your chin pointing behind you. You want the back of the head on the ground. And you definitely might need to readjust your ponytail or hair clip. Back of the head on the ground, and chin dipping in towards the sternum. Just let the upper body open and relax. Wherever you are, whichever variation you're doing, play with the placement of the shoulders here. So if you're not feeling enough of a back bend, maybe scooch a little bit back so the shoulders are a little bit overhanging the prop, especially if that can help you get the back of the neck long. And then just as a final touch, in case any of you have it at home, if you have a sandbag, you can put it on the belly, on the hips for some extra weight. Take another 10 seconds or so to fidget here, really get exactly where you need and want to be. Trust your instincts and your body as you set this up. And now we'll find complete stillness, just dropping in. Remember, no strain on the neck. Melt into the floor, melt into your props. Literally visualize and see yourself sinking into the floor. Getting deeper and deeper as if you were falling through the floor of your house. Just get heavier and heavier in the whole body, inviting the heart to gently open. Deepen your breath. Inflate the chest with so much air you feel like you're gonna burst, breathing in. Exhale completely, breathing out. Once more, a huge breath in. Finding new space for breath in the body and the upper chest, and exhaling, letting that all go. Gently dip the chin into the chest and listen as you use one elbow and then the other elbow to press yourself up. Remove any sandbags you were using. If you had the strap, you can just slide it off the legs. Set your props aside. We won't need any props from this point forward, unless you want a bolster for Shavasana, so maybe keep one nearby. Clear your space, and then once it's clear, come back into that all fours position for our cat-cow. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, inhaling, arching. Exhale, deeply rounding. It's almost like you were punched in the belly, so you pull the navel up towards the ceiling, crown of head to floor, tailbone lengthens down, and flowing through that a few more times on your own breath. Rippling through the spine, just noticing how it might feel different or not since we started. Good, and then same thing coming to sit. Extending the left leg long, making sure it's active, foot flexed, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Right ankle over left knee. Hold that knee, inhale, get tall. No rounding in the low back, propping yourself up on some pillows or something if you need to. And then right arm lifts, taking it behind you for a twist. Breathing in, get taller. It's like a string from the crown of the head lifts you up. Exhale. It's that same sensation of sort of being punched in the belly, abs pulling back into the spine, really wringing out all those intervertebral discs. This twist just allows fresh blood to replump, rehydrate the discs between the vertebra of our spine. 2 more breaths here. Think of the 4 points of contact. Right toe pressing into the mat, left big toe flexed back. And then sits bones, tail rooted down, crown of head lengthening up. Breathe into that. Exhale, twist deeper. Good, and then coming back to center, other direction. Right leg long, left ankle over right knee. Holding, getting tall, reaching left arm up, exhaling it behind you, and then inhaling. Exhaling to twist deeper. So every in-breath, you invite a little length. Every out-breath, you engage the core. And then find, once again, left big toe into mat, right big toe moving back towards your face as the foot roots forward, crown of head lifting, tail and sits bones going down. And then your next in-breath, expand into all those areas. Equal breath, equal attention. Exhale, engage the core to twist deeper. 2 more like that.
come back to center. Scooch forward on your mat. Reach the arms forward, soles of feet on the ground, and just roll back down. Have the fingertips where they can graze the heels. Lift the hips, take them an inch to the right, and you're going to let your knees drop to the left, or you can take right leg on top of left to double wrap, just coming into a supine twist. Arms in that same cactus shape that we worked on for the back bend. Totally surrender here. Adjust the posture, so move the knees farther away from you if that feels more relaxing, so you can take the knees down towards the bottom of the mat. Maybe you want to take the knees closer towards your face. Just see the stretch that feels right for you. Head can point to the left, to the right, or look straight up to the ceiling. Again, see what feels best on your neck. Arms wide. And it's okay if that right shoulder's off the ground. Slowly come back to center. Unwrap the legs if they were wrapped. Press both feet into the mat. Take the hips an inch to the left. Wrap the left leg over the right, or just drop both knees to the right. Your choice. Coming into the twist on the second side. Give yourself the first minute or so here to just make adjustments. So moving the knees down towards the bottom of the mat or taking them up closer to your face. Seeing what feels best for you to totally relax. Gently bring the knees back up to center. Unwrap the legs if they were wrapped. Press the soles of the feet into the floor.
Lift the pelvis and set it right down in the center of your mat, lengthening the tailbone towards your heels. We're setting up now for Shavasana, so you can just extend the legs, or if you have that bolster or couch cushion that we've been working with, place it underneath the knees, like so, before you lie back. If you have that sandbag, maybe put it over the hips. And of course, if you have something to cover the eyes and the face, do that as well. You can take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, or both hands alongside you. If you have the legs on that bolster, a little trick is you can take one sole of foot and then the other to the bolster or couch cushion. Lift the hips, lengthen the tailbone once again towards the bolster. So I just went from here to here, and then re-extend the legs so the low back is even longer. Settle in and rest. Feel the healing and the work that you did with the back and the spine in this class really penetrate every cell of your being. Sending this healing work to the whole body, every cell, every vessel, through every vein. Soaking in the sense of relaxation like a sponge. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Rub the thumbs over the pads of the fingers, wiggle the toes. Reach the arms up overhead in a big cat stretch, just like you're starting over your day, waking up for the first time. Roll over to your right side, using your right forearm, right bicep as a pillow, left hand to the floor. Keeping your eyes closed and your attention in. Gently press yourself up. Head is the very last thing to come up. Just finding a comfortable cross-legged seat with the eyes closed. Take the palms face up in the lap. Allow the sitting bones to drop and connect into the earth beneath you. And then lean back in space slightly. Feel the crown of head rise away from that space. Spine long, shoulders down, chin parallel to the floor. Inhale deeply here, filling up belly, ribs, chest, expanding the torso with breath. Exhaling through the nose or the mouth, releasing. 2 more. Inhale, fill up. Look for new space for breath in the body. Feel like you're gonna burst, and then nose or mouth, sigh it out. Last time. Inhale. Take in more air than you think you can. Exhale, let it go. Just take a moment here to be fully present for yourself. Maybe using this moment to connect with the larger reason of why you practice, why you come to your mat. Bring both hands to prayer at heart center. Press the palms in towards one another. Inhaling and exhaling all the way. From here, you can bow forward and you can choose to say namaste, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing this whole class with me. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments down below, and if you liked this slower yin style sequence, and if you'd like to see more of it on my channel. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.